for the delay. It is Wednesday, December 4th. It is 7:38 PM. We'll call the meeting to order.
Councilwoman Selby,
Present.
Councilman Karadikini,
Present.
Supervisor Keating,
Present.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Present.
Councilwoman Martin.
Present.
Councilman Karadikini, will you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, folks, we do have a public hearing tonight, so we're going to kind of pause and step out of our regular agenda and move on to the public hearing. So the public hearing reads as follows. The notice of the public hearing is hereby given that a public hearing will be held by the Town Board of the Town of Boston on the 4th day of December 2024 at 7:35 PM at Town Hall, 8500 Boston State Road, New York, on the adoption of a proposed local law entitled Local Law Establishing a Moratorium on Battery Energy Storage Systems within the town for a period of 6 months, an abstract of which as follows. The proposed local law would establish a period of 6 months or until amended by another local law concerning battery energy storage systems is passed. A moratorium on the permitting and construction of any battery energy storage device and/or buildings within the town of Boston to allow the town board to consider appropriate revisions or amendments to the town code concerning the same. The complete text of the said law is on file with the office of the town clerk and is available for review by any interested person during business hours. As such public hearing, all persons interested who wish to be heard will be heard. This is by the order of the Town of Boston Town Board, Sandra Elquillan, Town Clerk. And the floor is open for the public hearing. If anyone would like to come up and has any comments, please step up to the microphone, state your name and address, and the floor is now open for the public hearing. Nobody. Okay, all right, there's one, all right.
Richard Hawkins, 6892 Pin Oak Drive, Boston, New York. Can you tell me why the moratorium is only for 6 months? Why not a year or?
So a town board, generally speaking, cannot arbitrarily extend without beyond reasonable provisions. So this is to establish the code. Many other municipalities across New York State have already established a code, and which is, these other things that we're looking at. NYSERDA has model battery energy storage criteria. So with all that said, a lot of the groundwork has been laid. Essentially, the draft document would be then provided with the code enforcement, the town planner, and then also the planning board for any comments or revisions. And then once that's adopted by the town board, but it respectfully should not take any more than 6 months. It's not. This isn't to prohibit or extend, any development. And again, this is only to establish the code and the local law in place, just like we did with for the solar projects.
Okay,
That's
that
the
would
reason.
not take effect until January 1st?
No effective, well, so tonight, presuming
Presuming
that
that
the resolution that passes this evening, then the town clerk will file this with the Department of State, that local law will go on the books, and that moratorium will take effect.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I guess with no other comments on battery energy storage systems, we will close the public hearing at 7:42 PM. All right, going back to our regular schedule, we do have one item, and my apologies that this did not make the regular agenda that was published online. But we do have one preliminary matter, and this is Resolution 2024-78, and this is for an extension for our fuel tank insurance coverage. And Councilwoman Lukacek, would you mind taking that item tonight?
You want to do that right now? Or you
Yeah,
want to-
exactly, handles a preliminary matter.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay. The payment of insurance premium is resolution number 2024-78. I make a motion, we approve. The town board of the town of Boston authorizes payment upon receipt of invoice of policy premium plus fees of $1,409.63. The town has received a renewal on the fuel tank storage at a cost of this, the $1,409.63. I make a motion, we approve.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukasik,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, moving on to our regular business tonight. Item number 1 is the correction and adoption of minutes from our November 20th, 2024 meeting. And Councilman Cardicchini, would you like to take that item tonight?
Sure, it'd be my pleasure. I'd like to make a motion to approve our minutes from the November 20th, 24 meeting.
Second?
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukasik,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Abstain as I was not present.
Thank you, and motion carried.
All right, item number 2 under our regular business is the consideration of all fund bills. And Councilwoman Selby, would you like to take that item tonight?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I'd like to make a motion to approve the consideration of the abstracts for the amount of $303,499.73.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicchini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukasik,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item 3 under our agenda is correspondence, only 3 items tonight. The first item is the New York State Transportation Master Plan 2050 fact sheet and draft vision. Item number 2 is the state revolving funds and funding opportunities for water and infrastructure projects. And item 3 is the application for use of meeting facility for the assistant to the supervisor for our employee annual holiday party. All those items are on file at the town clerk's office and part of the board packet tonight. Moving on to our new business, item number 4, our requests from the floor. So if anyone would like to discuss any other matters, the floor is now open. Please come up to the microphone, state your name and address, and please try to keep it to 3 minutes each.
Jay Jackson, 7964 Back Creek Road. I want to express gratitude to the Highway Department. I'm here wearing my Lions Club shirt for that purpose. There are 3 other Lions in the room this evening. I'm sure they will all agree with me. It's very nice to be able to have access to our loan closet. There are people, we were in there 3 times today, and the only way that we were able to do it is because the Highway Department keeps the road clear to the building. Thank you very much. It's appreciated. The folks who need the stuff that comes in and out of that closet, they also appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Rich Hawkins, 6892 Pin Oak Drive. I have 3 items, and some of these maybe, I noticed that the charging station was open for the new cars and for the electric cars and stuff. Is that hooked up?
Hooked up, yes. Activated, not yet.
Okay,
In the process of that.
so can anybody just drive down there that has an electric vehicle and start charging their vehicle?
Not at this time, no, but.
No, but I mean after you get it hooked up.
Once it's hooked up, there will be, there's a system, they could use either the app, it's a Blink charger, so they could use the app through their phone, which they have an account, and that's how they would pay for the electricity usage.
That was my
And-
question.
Yes, it is not free.
Okay, that was my question.
Figured it was.
The second thing is, today in the lunch program, I know that the guys have always had the sidewalks and everything cleared around the park and stuff, because all the dog walkers and stuff.
As far as from snow,
Yeah.
that would be a conversation either for the highway superintendent or park staff. So technically speaking, the town parks close in November.
Okay.
November 1st to be
Okay.
specific.
Because that'll answer that, because somebody asked me, because all summer long, they walk their dogs back there, and I know the guys have a lot of to do afterwards and stuff, but they mentioned something, about if that would be available to walk or something, or take the dogs out there, and I said, I don't know, I will ask the town board, and I said, there's a meeting tonight, so I would answer that
Yeah,
question.
we do not have a full park staff in the winter season, but also it is posted over on the cage. or
I
on
will
the
just
test
tell
course.
them the park is
It's
closed
closed
in
November.
November, so that way it answers
November
that
to
question very
November to
quickly.
April, unless Mother Nature decides to melt our snow for us.
Yeah,
then you're good.
okay. Also, I noticed in North Boston that there are, an area that's marked out for construction or something in the field there, the other side of Brunners.
That would be more of a question for the planning board. I have not heard anything. I can't speak for the board, but I have not heard anything on it. But yes, those stakes
Does
have
the
been there for
planning board
approximately.
liaison know anything
No idea.
about that?
No.
Okay, I just saw it staked out. I came back from my vacation in Texas for to visit my family for Thanksgiving. And I noticed that it had been staked out there on the field and stuff, and I didn't know what was going on and stuff. That's why I asked. Thank you.
I will find out.
Thank you.
Is this the only public expression?
Come on up, Patty.
Now's the time.
Hello, everyone. Patty Meckes, 5270 Newton Road, Orchard Park. On behalf of Cartile, thank you so very much for considering that resolution opposing wind turbines in Lake Erie. I was very happy to see that on the agenda. Thank you, Mike, for the phone call to let me know that it was definitely there. I called Elsie and Norm Hertz that reside, what's that street there?
Hickory and Herman Hill,
Thank you.
at the intersection of Hickory and Herman.
Thank you. And they were very pleased. Norm was on the Conservation Committee number of years ago, and he was very happy to hear that this. And I brought the map tonight. We colored you in. So Boston has joined the consensus, and there's only 3 more towns that have not passed. Today and yesterday, we were at the Buffalo Common Council speaking with councilmen there. We still have to work on the Cattaraugus Reservation, which is a big part of all of this. They fall under a lot of federal laws, so it should help keep those wind turbines out. And this is, just for your note, this is the Chautauqua. Chautauqua should be voting on this on the 18th, God willing, because, things change. But Erie County, possibly in January. They've had a lot of transition parts where they're, April Baskin is leaving and going to another position. So right now, they're in transition in November. December was not a good time, so it should pass on to January. And I thank you all. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Patty. Okay, Deputy, all yours.
Thank you. I'll start off with a monthly report for November. Sheriff's Office handled 217 calls in Boston, 27 traffic stops. I did 3 traffic details. We also had storm patrol detail. So the residents still had the regular patrol car. We put on an additional car to cover all the accidents, vehicles off the road, et cetera. 219, Boston State primarily, they were traveling back and forth too. We had numerous the other day. Over the weekend, we had tons of accidents. It's almost overwhelming. So many were holding. Luckily, none were seriously injured or anything, mostly off the road and waiting on wind shouts, et cetera. We had 19 accidents in the month of November, 51 premise checks. We did have 2 different larcenies. Our larcenies, burglary, stolen vehicle calls have gone up in the last 2 months. So we're saying, lock your doors, try to have cameras, please stop leaving everything unlocked. It makes it very difficult for us. If there's forced entry, it makes it easier. They leave behind evidence, DNA, et cetera. We're just trying to spread the word. We have ramped up some deterrent patrols. But obviously, we can't be every place. So we're just trying to spread the word that, as a community, that look out for each other and then call us as you see fit. We also had 5 arrests in the month of November, a couple DWIs, traffic arrest, and 1 or 2 unrelated arrests. For the month of November, I met with some fire chiefs, also with Boston Valley Elementary School. We'll do some drills in the spring, multi-agency drills that will benefit the school, and the community, the staff, and the children ultimately. Coming up, I have the Boys and Girls Club. They're having a holiday fun night. And obviously, in the future, we're gonna try to do the same thing with snow patrols as the month goes on here. There's some storms coming through. We're just more visibility, getting cars slowing down. A lot of it is no winter tires and things along those lines, or going too fast, but we're just trying to deter it. It's a problem every year. Usually it's a staffing issue and a lot of calls have to be held. Luckily, we're getting on our feet with staffing again, so it benefits. And also, I met with the supervisor today. We're working on the traffic issue as well. Obviously, it's been tough to sit up there with the snow banks and snow, making some passes. But we're looking in the future to come up with some resolutions that may help the county. I've met with them recently too and explained I'm going to be getting some numbers together and probably reach out to them middle of the year next year is what the plan is. That's all, thank you.
Thank you.
Did you take care of that Carmen Patsy Road today?
I did,
Okay.
yes. I told her.
Okay, so I'll pause for one more moment. Any other comments from the public? Hearing none, we'll close the floor. All right, item number 2 on our new business tonight was the public hearing that we have already done. So moving along, we now go to item number 3, which is the resolution 2024-74 to adopt a local law number 2 of 2024 for a moratorium on all battery energy storage systems. And Councilman Martin, would you like to take that item?
Certainly, Supervisor. I'd like to make a motion to adopt local law number 2 of 2024 for a moratorium on all battery energy storage systems. Passing this local law to place a moratorium on battery energy storage systems with the town of Boston for a period of 6 months. It will prohibit the review and approval of applications and issuance of permits for battery energy storage systems in the town of Boston. I make a motion to approve resolution 2024-74.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, item number 4 is resolution 2024-75, a resolution expressing opposition to the development of offshore wind energy projects within the jurisdiction of the Great Lakes. And, I'll take this item, Patty, you know, I've chatted about this one for quite a while. So I'd like to make a motion to approve this resolution. I know it's a little bit different than yours, but I know you were quite happy with, what we came up with. But I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 2024-75. And again, this is in opposition to wind development on offshore Lake Erie, but it does have 5 bulleted points that are listed in here a couple of times regarding comprehensive and independent studies to, and most importantly, assess the impacts of any environmental, economic, and social effects of offshore wind energy development, and also equate safeguards and mitigation measures that are put in place to protect any aquatic ecosystems in the fishing industry and coastal communities, which are all big concerns, especially here with our Great Lake. So without further ado, motion is on the table.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The next item is item number 5, resolution 2024-76, authorizing payment of a national fuel utility bill prior to audit. And Councilman Cardicini, do you want to take that item, John?
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 2024-76, authorizing payment of national fuel utility bill prior to the audit in the amount of $5,846.54.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 6 tonight is resolution 2024-77 for a second professional services agreement with the engagement of Barclay Damon LLP. And Councilwoman Selby, would you like to take that item tonight?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 2024-77, where we have a second professional service agreement for the engagement of Barclay Damon LLP, whereas the total approved cost of $7,500 would not be approved, would be approved without additional authorization. The original contract was for $2,500. We're increasing it for an additional $5,000 due to the extensive legal implications. So I'd like to make that motion.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, last item for our new business tonight is item number 7, to appoint a court officer term through December 31st, 2024. So our court judges, I'll take this item tonight, our court judges interviewed for a filling of a vacancy due to a retirement that we previously discussed at a virtual board meeting, but would like to make the appointment based on the judge's recommendation for Keith Gannon to come in at an annual salary. Again, this is annual, so we only have the remaining part of December, but it was an annual salary established at the reorganization meeting of $6,696 per year, but the remaining salary for December paid at the remaining balance throughout the end of the year of 2024. So make the motion to appoint Keith Gannon to that position.
I'll second.
Councilwoman Selby,
Yes.
Councilman Cardicini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, we do not have any old business tonight. On to our reports. Highway Superintendent, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'd like to say that 6 highway workers have been busy the last 6 days and nights plowing roads. I really think they've done a really good job. I feel that our roads in our town of Boston, as far as the town roads, are the best plowed roads in the whole county, but that's just my opinion. And other than that, I'd like to thank Officer Miller for taking care of the car that was illegally parked on Patchen Road for over the past week. It was a real hazard. It was covered up with snow, and it was just an accident waiting to happen. I talked to Officer Miller this morning. Within a few hours, the car was towed away and moved, and I'd like to thank him for that. And that's all I have tonight.
Thank you very much. Councilwoman Sully, you have the floor.
Thank you. I would like to thank Patty for coming out and her patience with us getting this resolution on the table. We appreciate your enthusiasm, and I share that as well. But as you know, we had to get it just right, so thanks for your patience with that. And also, Bob, I agree with your sentiment with the highway. I've seen my plow guy come through, and it's been great to know that our road is safe up on the hills. So we hope everybody has a safe couple days here. We got some more snow coming, so take it easy and drive safe. So that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you. Councilman Cardicini, you have the floor.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. I'd also like to congratulate Patty and her group for, dedicating yourself to a cause. It's never easy, and it's nice to see that map is almost fully red. So, great job, and it was our pleasure to pass that tonight. I wanted to thank Jay's Manger crew for all the folks that came out. We set up the manger scene on Saturday morning. It was a real boost in my spirit. Our Thanksgiving holiday was cut short due to the weather, and we returned late, early in the morning, Friday morning, to avoid the storm. So a little bit bummed not spending time with family in Ohio, but that was just what we all needed on Saturday morning. And coincidentally enough, the snow stopped long enough for us to put everything up outside of, the snow. So thanks, Jay, for hosting, organizing, the hard work. It was a great way to kick off the holiday season. Wanted to thank the Colden Fire Company for hosting our Chiefs meeting. That was actually a pretty lengthy meeting, wasn't it, Dave? Shane? Jay? Folks, good. There were a lot of things to discuss, and the last group I have to thank tonight and report on is Congressman Langworthy's office has been very helpful in providing guidance. All of our fire companies are applying for grants, and a lot of the direction that we've been given is going to be helpful to that process. So I just wanted to give them a thank you as well. That's all I have tonight.
Thank you. Councilwoman Lukacek, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. There is a planning board meeting scheduled for December 10th at 7:30. There are a couple applicants, just a follow-up from the last meeting. It is not related to the question earlier, and that's all I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Martin, you have the floor.
I actually have nothing to report.
Okay. Madam Clerk, you have the floor.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. As you can see, the Town of Boston Sharing Tree is now up and decorated in the foyer. There are 20 children's names with 3 tags each on that tree. If anyone is interested, please take a tag and buy a gift and wrap it and return to my office by Friday, December 13th or Monday, December 16th. The date is written on the tag. And I wanted to thank all of those who took the first round of tags. There were 10 children that were from Bread of Life Outreach, and all of those tags were taken. So I just want to thank everyone who participated in buying gifts for those children. The Boston Lions Club is collecting toys for children for Christmas. The collection boxes are at 3 Girls, Evans Bank, and Rucker Lumber until December 19th, and that is a Thursday. The Erie County will be sponsoring the HEAP outreach that will be here on Wednesday, December 11th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here in the courtroom. There will be representatives here to help anyone fill out the applications and see if they are eligible for HEAP. Please bring identification of all household members, proof of household income resources, proof of income received within the last 30 days, and if you have a shut-off notice, please bring that also. SNAP will also be here at that time. Okay, so there should be good representatives here for anyone who is looking to come during that time on Wednesday, December 11th. That's all I have, thank you.
All right, thank you. Well, my apologies to some of you, probably saw me looking at my phone. I try not to do that, but I just got a notification moments ago that Hamburg School has a snow day tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's official. You may or may not have heard it here first. Again, there's obviously a chat, but that's coming directly from the superintendent. So Hamburg Schools, you have a snow day tomorrow. Enjoy. Kelly got your kids at home. I got Jill at home. It's good times.
Mine are double school.
Oh, that's right, Jay's right, Jason's not.
That means mine will be in my hair all day.
There you go. All right, I was gonna say, yeah, there you go, right? So,
Yeah.
it's great in Western New York when it snows. So anyway, hot off the press. Just a couple things, wanted to give some updates. The comprehensive plan update was just sent out to all the committee members. We are officially pretty much on the last few legs of our comprehensive plan update. There's a lot of great information. It has been shared. I touched base on this at the last meeting, but some of their small businesses here in the community have started to see what was in there, and the feedback has been fantastic. So I'm glad that all of the, once again, all the community that came to put this together. It's an over 200-page document, so it is a lengthy read, but it's a great document. Definitely looking forward to that document being adopted, and that will hopefully open up some funding opportunities for the town, either to pull some state or federal funding back in for some of these projects. Town hall entryway, I'm just going to go out there and apologize. I know this has taken a long time, but we're trying to work with the vendor to get that done. It's been a heck of a process, but we've been working with our town attorney on that matter. And again, my apologies, but we're trying to get that job, that task completed. Town hall generator, that is still in the process, nearing completion. And then water projects will kick off next year. We've reported on that a couple of times. And then the other thing I just wanted to touch base on, also, Patty, thanks for, you and I have had many calls. Patty did attend. I'm the chairman for the Erie County Water Quality Committee, and her and some of her fellow team members came out to that meeting, and we watched that along with Buffalo Niagara Waterkeeper and others. So thank you. And my apologies, I did catch your, I don't recall your name, but Nicole. Sorry about that. I know you're at that meeting too. So thank you both for coming out to that meeting. It is nice to see, respectfully, new faces at that meeting. It's usually the same people over and over again. So thank you for that. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep. I know I touched base with Buffalo Niagara Waterkeeper that we're also watching that as well. That is all I have. Please drive safe tonight. I know it was snowing pretty good out there, and so I'll make a motion to end the meeting at 8:07 p.m. I'll second.
Councilman Mazzardi?
Yes.
Councilman Carnegie?
Yes.
Supervisor Keating?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lubick?
Yes?
Councilwoman Martin?
Yes.
Motion carried, meeting adjourned.